Today I'm going to tell you another strange story. The story is small, but mysterious. So, everyone has heard about such things as the throne of God and the heavenly rook of the gods. The heavenly rook is from Egyptian mythology. The sun god sails along the heavenly river on one rook, the moon god on the other. That is, it can be assumed that the heavenly rook is an unknown vehicle today. In the biblical project, there is also a mention of certain vehicles, and Ezekiel chapter 1 verse 4, "And I saw, and behold, a stormy wind was coming from the north, a great cloud and a swirling fire, and a radiance around it. And from the middle of it, as it were, the light of a flame from the middle of the fire, and from the middle of it, the likeness of 4 animals is visible." And such was their appearance. Their appearance was like that of a man. And each has 4 faces, and each of them has 4 wings. And the sight of these animals was like the sight of burning coals, like the sight of lamps. Fire walked between the animals, and the radiance of fire and lightning came from the fire. And I looked at the animals, and behold, on the ground beside these animals, one wheel in front of their 4 faces. The appearance of the wheels, and their arrangement, are like a kind of topaz, and all 4 have the same similarity. Both by their appearance and by their arrangement, it seemed as if the wheel was in the wheel. Over the heads of the animals there was a kind of vault, like a kind of amazing crystal, stretched out above their heads. And over the vault above their heads there was a kind of throne, in appearance as if made of sapphire stone. And over the likeness of the throne there was as if the likeness of a man above on it. That's how it's written in the book of Ezekiel. There is a feeling that a technically complex apparatus has descended in front of a sufficiently literate person of the 14th century. The device descended from the sky, emitting radiance, unusual noise, and clouds of steam and fire. In general, there was an extraordinary event for the 14th century. Something descended from the sky. Something incredibly complex. Something that is simply impossible to describe with the vocabulary of a man of the 14th century. That is, theoretically, the book of Ezekiel describes a complex aircraft, which is interesting in principle, but, after all, this is a biblical text. There are a lot of things written in the Bible. You can't take everything for real events. In principle, I am quite skeptical about the Bible. Well, look at what interesting information I received from an antiquarian friend. Of course, all of you have seen such a pyramid on the icons. Usually this pyramid is located closer to the center and emits rays in all directions. Almost everywhere the pyramid is depicted like this, but very rarely there are icons where the pyramid looks quite unusual. It is not depicted in the center, it is depicted in the corner of the icon and from the bottom of the pyramid. Jets seem to be beating. So this non-canonical image is found only on icons made before 1850th year. After 1850s, the flying pyramid was not depicted anywhere else. The antique dealer who told me about this has seen only 3 such icons on sale in his life, and all of them were made at the beginning of the 19th century. The date can be determined by the silver stamp. Until the 20th century, not only a sample was put on silver, but also a year. So the glue of the silver salaries of icons before the 20th century had a date. And according to these dates, it is clear that the icon with pyramids flying into the corner stopped being produced after the middle of the 19th century. It's a little strange why it was possible to depict such a pyramid before 1850th year. But after 1850th year, it is no longer possible. The pyramid seems to be flying away somewhere. It looks like a strange-looking rocket. And the most interesting thing is that there are very few such icons. 2 of them were shown to me by an antique dealer. But I found this icon in Zvenigorod, in the oldest temple that stands on the town. This icon is not signed in any way. We see a pyramid flying into the corner of the icon, and jets seem to be beating from below. It's not canonical at all. Today, the rays from the pyramid are depicted, emanating in all directions, but this icon is not so. The rays shoot out of the soul of the pyramid, as if it were a rocket. In general, it's all strange. If someone has seen similar icons, write in the comments. I want to understand how often such images are found. That's it. Watch my channel.